Good morning, night. Buenos dias. Welcome to today's What's Up Wednesday, March 17th, 17 de marzo, for those of you that speak Spanish or are even learning Spanish. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being up and early. Some of you are definitely going to get used to this if you are part of the hybrid group that will be starting in April. So those of you that have little brothers or sisters, definitely start helping them get up early too, because that is something that they might not be used to either. So once again, thank you for being here, and we will start the nightly news in just a second. Wanted to remind those of you that have not heard about hybrid or are not sure what's going on, talk to your parents about this. We will be allowing certain amount of students a day to come to school, so different types of cohorts will be coming. Sixth graders will be starting first. That'll be April 12th. And then seventh and eighth graders will be starting the week of April 19th. So right after our spring break is over, we'll be coming back to school. Depending on when we are done, today's the last day to get those Aries surveys in. After that, the cohorts will be finalized. So if at this moment you're like, oh, I got A and my friend got B, don't worry about that. We need to get those Aries surveys in first, and then we will be able to finalize what cohorts everybody is in. So they might change, they might not. We can't say anything for sure until the survey is done today. So you might have a different cohort come Monday. So wait on that. Don't finalize anything. Check everything this weekend, Monday. Everything should be clear by then. If your parents have any questions, they can always call us here in the front office. Also, we have a few Instagram winners. I have not forgotten about you. I apologize. It's been a while. Everything changed with the hybrid, and it was just, I appreciate your patience. I will announce it today on our Instagram. Those that have won, I know I said it last week that I was going to announce it, and then just bam, we had a lot of hybrid information we had to put out there. So I apologize because that is one of the items that I am in charge of. I will be posting it today. With that being said, if those of you that follow us on Instagram and or Facebook, we have another challenge, and this one, I'm not going to be very specific. I'm just going to tell you what they look like. So those of you that have been following, you're like, oh, I remember that. Those of you that don't follow us, now it's time to follow us. There's two posts you need to look at. One is about sleeping, something about a bedtime tracker just to keep your habits on check. And the other one is about a Hemet museum. Find those two, leave us a comment on it, either answer the question that is asked or just talk about what your sleeping schedule is or if you've been to that museum. But once again, you're looking for a sleeping post and you're looking for a Hemet museum post. Give us a comment, and then I will definitely be on top of your prizes, and I will let you know when you win as well. So without further ado, thank you very much for your patience.
Hi, Dartmouth families. My name is Miss Jenny O'Connor. I'm the PBI specialist here at Dartmouth Middle School, and I'm excited to discuss with you our new grief group that we're going to be starting at Dartmouth. The group will run on Thursdays from 2:30 to 3:15 and will be virtually until further notice. About the grief group. Through 5 structured lesson plans, students will learn how to process, manage, and cope with their feelings of grief and loss. Students will gain a fundamental understanding of the grieving process. That includes the ability to identify what stage of grief they are in, how to identify and regulate their emotions, how to communicate their thoughts and feelings in a healthy manner, how to move towards acceptance and closure, and how coping skills can be utilized to diminish negative thoughts, feelings of grief, and loss. Why? We believe that the emotional and mental well-being of our students is of the utmost importance. We recognize that losing the ones we love and care about can have a lasting impact. Our goal is to give our youth the tools and the voice to appropriately express their feelings in a safe, secure, and trusted setting. Grief is like the ocean. It comes in waves, ebbing and flowing. Sometimes the water is calm and sometimes it is overwhelming. All we can do is learn to swim. Vicki Harrison. Staff that will be working to conduct the grief groups are myself, Jenny O'Connor, the PBIS specialist, Paul Zaragoza, school psych intern, Alicia Dustamars, MFT intern, Amy Kenny and Elizabeth Serrato are our DMS school psych counselors, and they will be available to assist as needed. Please do not hesitate to contact anybody listed on this slide if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. The link attached is the parent consent form. If you feel your child would benefit from participating in this group, please fill out the form and somebody from our site will be contacting you to let you know when groups will begin. Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact me at goconnor@hemetusd.org. Thank you and have a great day.
Hi Knights, it's Mrs. Anderson here, and I am happy to see you on this Wednesday. You may have heard the rumors, and they're true. Hybrid is on the table. So if you are interested in being able to come back to Dartmouth 1 day a week for hybrid instruction, please make sure to talk with your families. They have between now and actually I think today's the final day, the 17th, they have got to submit their survey in Aries. They have to make a decision whether or not you're going to participate in online learning or hybrid. Make sure you talk about what your preference is with this as well, students, because this is really important for you to be successful. Once they do that, we'll make sure to get you enrolled. Now, I want to address a little something. You may have noticed on Aries that you can see what cohort you're in. Don't get too excited or too sad about these cohorts. They're actually not going to be the cohorts you're in forever. Once all of the families tell us who's coming back to school and who's going to stay home, we have to redo all of those letters. So whatever you see there today may not be what's there next week. Keep that in mind. As we're gearing up for change, just make sure that you're asking all of the questions and advocating for your needs. The older that you get, the more and more important it is for you to recognize what's best for you and what you like. So if online learning has been a really good thing for you, then have a conversation with your family about why you might want to continue this. Or if you are done with online learning and want at least 1 day at Dartmouth, talk to your family about why you think that is the best choice as well. Ultimately, it's their decision, but this is a time that you should be sharing what you think might be the best course of action for yourself. Have a great day, Knights.
Good morning, Dartmouth students and staff. Today is Wednesday, March 17th, and this is your nightly news. Today is St. Patrick's Day, a day where many of us celebrate Ireland and Irish heritage by wearing green. Even though many of us wear green on March 17th, many don't know the history behind the holiday. My name is Adria.
And my name is Jameer. Here was a short video from the History Channel on what St. Patrick's Day is and the history behind it.
Millions of people around the world don their best green attire every March 17th to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. But there is a lot we bet you didn't know about Ireland's patron saint. To start with, St. Patrick wasn't even Irish. He was born around the 5th century in Britain, then part of the Roman Empire. At 16, he was kidnapped by Irish raiders and spent 6 years in captivity. He converted to Christianity and later returned to Ireland to spend the rest of his life working as a Christian missionary. After Patrick died on March 17, 461, he was largely forgotten until mythology and legend grew, and centuries later, he was honored as the patron saint of Ireland. According to one famous myth, Patrick drove all the snakes from Ireland. The story symbolized Patrick cleansing the island of paganism. There's just one problem. Ireland never had any snakes to begin with. The Emerald Isle is surrounded by water too frigid for snakes to migrate there, whether from Britain or anywhere else. According to another famous story, Patrick used the 3 leaves of the shamrock to explain the Holy Trinity. As a result, people in 18th century Ireland started wearing shamrocks on March 17th to signify their Irish Christian pride. That tradition later grew into wearing green clothing, a popular St. Patrick's Day custom today. Though shamrocks don't really exist, we know them as any one of several 3-leaf plants, such as wood sorrel or white and yellow clover. As important as St. Patrick is to Irish history, we bet you didn't know the tradition of celebrating March 17th with parades actually started in America. The parade tradition really took off after the Great Potato Famine hit Ireland in the 1840s, sending hundreds of thousands of Irish immigrants pouring into New York, Boston, and other American cities. The first record of a St. Patrick's Day parade in New York dates to 1762, when a group of Irish soldiers serving with the British marched a few blocks to a tavern in Lower Manhattan. Today, it's the largest and longest St. Patrick's Day parade, boasting close to 200,000 participants and nearly 3 million spectators each year. So this March 17th, we hope you'll be wearing green and toasting to some St. Patrick's Day history that we bet you didn't know.
Students, you and your parents are invited to the virtual Dartmouth Parent Academy meetings. These meetings will occur once a month on a variety of different topics. Our next Parent Academy meeting will be held next Tuesday, March 23rd at 3:30 and will be on state testing information. Check out the Dartmouth website for more information on the meetings and the Zoom links.
Attention all 8th grade students and parents. We'd love to post a shout out for you to celebrate your 8th grade year. Please create and submit a picture collage of yourself and submit it with your name on it. We will take the submissions and put them on our social media feeds and also use them for the end of the year slideshow. Please email your completed collages to dartmouth@hemetusd.org by April 30th. We are looking forward to celebrating your accomplishments. Now here are the chivalrous knights for the month of February. The theme last month was respect.
Hey Dartmouth students, we have some amazing after-school events happening online this month. Tomorrow, Dartmouth will be holding a special online family engagement event. During this time, you will be learning how to make yummy cake batter cookies. The link will be available on the school website tomorrow. Finally, on Thursday, March 25th, we will have another bingo family engagement event. Join our virtual bingo game for a chance to win some fabulous prizes.
Students, yearbooks are available for sale on balfour.com. Students, don't forget to upload pictures of yourself to be included in this year's awesome yearbook. These pictures can be of you working on your schoolwork online, playing sports on one of your teams, dance classes, or even playing an instrument. Instructions for uploading the pictures are on your screen and are also listed on the Dartmouth website under the News section. Take some time to get you forever remembered in this year's Dartmouth yearbook.
Students, the school board officially made the announcement that we will be heading back to a hybrid model of learning after spring break. Please have your parents check your emails so they can choose whether or not you are going to go back to hybrid or stay online for the remainder of the school year. 6th grade students will return starting Monday, April 12th, and 7th and 8th grade students will return to hybrid starting Monday, April 19th.
More information on your new schedule and hybrid assignment will be sent to you very soon. Also, please note that if you plan on returning to campus, all students and staff are required to wear a mask at all times. Please check your email on the website for updates on returning back to school.
Students, the online Safe and Zone programs have updated their clubs for the month of March. They have online drawing clubs, Lego clubs, coding clubs, and much more. Check out the Zone website for some information and how to sign up for these fun online clubs after school. Now here is Rafe with today's Avid Spotlight.
Good morning. My name is Rafe, and welcome to this week's Avid Spotlight. For the next month or so, we're going to look at popular future possible job careers that many Dartmouth students might be interested in. This week, we're going to look at what it takes to be a forensic scientist. These are the scientists who collect evidence at crime scenes to help police detectives solve crimes. The average forensic scientist can make over $85,000 a year. There are currently about 2,000 forensic scientists in California and about 200 job openings for new officers every year. A strong science background is needed to get into the field, but it's one of the most interesting jobs and most entertaining jobs in the world. Here's a short video on what it takes to become a forensic scientist.
My name is Paris Johnson. I am a forensic scientist at the Michigan State Police Northfield Forensic Laboratory. I grew up watching shows such as Law & Order and CSI, and those shows piqued my interest in the subject. As a forensic scientist, we don't really care for the CSI effect because it gives a false reality of what forensic science is. The show CSI portrays the detectives and the CSI investigators responding to crime scenes with long flowy hair and makeup and high heels, whereas that is not true at all. We wear our hair pulled back because we don't want hair to fall on the evidence and we don't want to contaminate the crime scene. We also don't solve crimes within 60 minutes. I conduct analysis in the trace evidence unit. Trace evidence is divided into trace materials, fire debris, and explosives, and footwear and tire tracks. Most of my day is spent in the laboratory. However, I spend time outside of the laboratory writing reports and conducting training, receiving training, and also as a member of the crime scene response team responding to crime scenes. For footwear and tire track analysis, first the impression is photographed, and then that photograph is then printed as a one-to-one or a natural size image. Then I take notes on what I see in the question impression or the impression from the crime scene. After I first look at the question evidence, I can then look at the known evidence, which comes from the suspect. So in footwear, I look at the suspect's shoe. I can notice the model and tread design and different shapes and features at the outsole of the shoe, and then I make a test impression. A test impression is a visual representation of the outsole of the shoe. I can then compare the test impression of the suspect's shoe with the question impression from the crime scene. I believe good forensic scientists need to be honest and have integrity, as well as have a lot of curiosity. I definitely would encourage others to get into the field, especially if they love science and criminal justice.
And now it's time for the segment that everybody loves. It's the Bad Dad Joke of the Week.
Why do vampires love baseball? Because every night they turn into bats. Thank you, Jeanette J, for the awesome joke. Have a bad dad joke you want to see on the news? Send them to Mr. Snyder and you will get your name mentioned at everyone's favorite segment. Now back to Adria and Jameer.
Students, if you are on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, make sure you follow the various Dartmouth social media pages. We also have a fabulous Dartmouth newsletter that has the latest news and information happening at school. It is located on the Dartmouth website or the various social media sites by Tuesday evening.
Students, need a new book to read? You can request a book and have it delivered to your car through the Dartmouth Curbside Library Book Pickup Service. Just use the Destiny Discovery link to look through the Dartmouth Library database and reserve your book online.
Students, here is a fun Disney fact for you. As a part of the brainstorm for Frozen, Disney Animation held a sister summit for women from the company to share stories about what it's like to have sisters. They wanted to keep the story authentic. As far as another princess movie, you guessed wrong. It is a sibling story. Doesn't that just make you go, aw?
Students, do you like to debate? Ever thought that your future career might be a trial lawyer? If so, we have a club for you. Mrs. Stroh has started a debate club that meets every Tuesday from 2:30 to 3:15. If you're interested in being a part of the new club here at Dartmouth, please email her at the email address listed on the screen.
A huge nightly news shout out to Miss Kobayashi for having a special intervention class for the entire school last Friday. Her Cooking with Kobayashi Friday intervention class was a hit in our school. During her last class, Miss K opened up her home and showed students and their parents how to make amazing chocolate chip cookies. The students and parents had a blast making the cookies and enjoyed eating them more. Thank you, Ms. Kobayashi, for taking the time to do such an amazing event for our school. Here is a short interview with Ms. Kobayashi on our awesome Friday morning cooking class.
Good morning. I'm Mason, and we are here today with Mrs. Kobayashi, who runs our special Cooking with Kobayashi Friday morning class. Welcome, Mrs. Kobayashi.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your class?
Sure. So every Friday during intervention, starting a little bit early at 8:15, I do a cooking class where I cook some of my favorite dishes or dishes that seem to be popular at the time.
Okay. Why did you decide to start your Cooking with Kobayashi class?
Well, I noticed that students were really craving the interaction with each other, and I knew that they needed some kind of outlet after being in quarantine for so long. So I decided to open up this class just for something different.
Okay. What types of food do you make in the class?
Oh, well, so far, I have done a banana pudding. I have taught them how I make chicken and dumplings. We baked some cookies, and today we did the viral feta cheese pasta. So we've done some different variety of foods.
Those all sound good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you have any last words for our viewers about your class or how to join?
Sure. The link is on our website. Please, anybody can join. Even if you're not cooking along, if you just want to watch, that's totally fine too. So either way, just come join us on Friday mornings at 8:15.
Thank you, Mrs. Kobayashi, for the information and everything you do for our students.
That was your nightly news. This month is National Women in History Month. Each Wednesday in March, we will end the news with a short segment on a famous woman in history. Here is a short video on famous women in sports. Enjoy and have a great day.
Blame Dobbins.
Well, that was a fun one. Once again, wanted to remind everybody to please talk to your families, your parents, your guardians, your grandparents, whoever is in charge of Aries. Please let them know to check their parent portal if they haven't yet to complete. It's literally maybe 2 minutes out of their day. If they don't know their password, they can click forgot password. Ooh, that was weird. If they want to come to the front office, they also can do that. Um, and we can help them out here in the front office. So once again, today is the last day. Let them know, hablamos español, aquí estoy para ayudarles. So if anybody needs any help, we are here in the front office to help them today until 3 o'clock. If they have any questions, call us 951-765-2550. Everybody is running to class, so I will email personally the students that get perfect attendance today out of the Bye, Nights.